be where it should be, and then go around and generally say hello to everybody. Good morning, how are you? Make sure the factories are started and running. And then that'll take me to around about 8 o'clock, 8:15. After I've seen orders start coming in around 7:30 to 8:30, so we get a feel of what the day is going to progress. And then at 8:30, I'll make my way up to the main office, where we have a kind of like a group production meeting, where I'll go and represent the 3 factories. And I'll just say a very short bit on the general position of the factory, the quality of the stock, and what the day is going to look like going forward. Then at 9:30 after that meeting, we have our specific factories morning meeting. That will run for around about half an hour. It's supposed to be quick, punchy. We have got whiteboards on the walls where I display all of my daily results for each of the factory areas. So we're looking at 0 rejections, 100% customer service, no accidents, and most important is make money. Today we've had some issues on celery. So one of the issues, because of the yield, has been very low, so it was very important that I got out to the field today, see the quality of the celery. So I'm doing just coming out to the field, because this is some celery which we're going to be harvesting in the next 3 or 4 days. So I just want to get a feel for what the celery is going to look like before it comes into the factory. Because particularly if the quality is not particularly good, we need to get extra labour in to deal with any quality issues. Or the other way around, we can maybe cut labour out and plan it in shorter days if the celery quality is good. So all I'm doing, I'm just going to cut it out from the bottom from the ground. And then what I'm looking for is any internal issues. There is a few on the outer side ends of these celery at the moment. You can see it's starting to turn because we're getting towards the end of the season. So I just cut in a bit further. And there's some more quality issues there, but all in all, it's quite a good sample. During the day, I'll generally get lots and lots of different issues that I need to sort out. If I could sit still for an hour and not do anything, I would do that. But generally, there's always something. So I'm going to take you up now onto the rig, which is actually a mini food factory. And hygiene upon the rig is extremely important. So we need to wash our hands before going up with some alcohol gel. We're standing on the back of the rig now. The cutters are down at the bottom there, cutting the celery. It comes up to the top here on a series of conveyors after being trimmed to length. The rig is driving down the celery field on 2 tracks at the pace at which the cutters can keep up. Now what you can see, we've got the PTOs coming up the top here, which are then crated off onto a pallet and sent back to the factory for our secondary process. The rest of the celery, which at the moment they're doing a heart, is then chilled in a wash tank. It's packed on a flow wrapper into the box and potentially straight to the supermarket. So nothing else needs to be done to this now. It's been packed, it's been labelled, it's put in its box, it can go straight to the supermarket. As it leaves the field, it will go on a refrigerated trailer running at less than 5 degrees to our dispatch on the lorry to the customer, potentially within 24 hours.
Kieran and production managers like him have got to remain calm. They've got to be analytical. They've got to be good at, technically good at what they do in terms of their knowledge of their product. But they've, most of all, I think, they've really just got to be able to manage and get the best out of their team. And Kieran's pretty good at it.
The celery that we've seen trimmed this morning out on the rig has now come in here, QC checked, and is then put into cold storage. 3.5 degrees in here to keep it nice and fresh, and then it's now going onto the trimming lines, where it will then be washed, packed, and sent out to the supermarkets. I'm just seeing that the celery is getting washed well enough at the moment. Because obviously with heavy rain, you can get heavy soiling on the celery, so we need to make sure that the tanks are doing a good enough job for us.
The production manager is it's a difficult job. In fresh produce, it provides a lot of challenges. I guess there's 2 aspects of life as a production manager, which you interview for. Technically, of course, we want people to be intelligent and analytical and a knowledge of product and process. Things you get taught, we look for that. Academic skills, we look for it. But just as importantly, and it's probably true for most industry, but very true in this one, that we also look for attitude and approach. They're vital.
We're going into the high care part of the factory now, which is the final part of the process where the product can be handled. So it's imperative that it's kept very, very clean at all times. Hence, we change our footwear. This barrier, which I've just stepped over, is a barrier between outside the factory and inside the factory. So now I'll wash my hands once here, and then I'll put on the white jacket as we go through, wash my hands again, then sanitize, and then we go into the high care area, which everyone's wearing the same outfit: white boots, white jackets, red hairnets.
So here we are, we're packing the celery on the flow wrapper here. It's exactly the same operation as what we saw on the rig. It's a flow wrap bag, a top and bottom seal with a back seal on the pack. Each pack then passes through a metal detector and then a check weigher. It's because it's a ready-to-eat product, we have to do a metal detection check on every single pack that goes through the factory, because we cannot take a risk of packing any metal into a ready-to-eat product that a customer could potentially eat without washing. It then also is weighed to make sure that we're packing the right weight that says on the bag. This metal detector is then checked every half an hour by a QC operative to make sure that the machine is working correctly.
I want to make my way over to the radish pack house because we've got a large promotion starting this weekend. So I need to get in there, see the supervisor and make a plan for the weekend over the orders, and also have a good look at what the quality is, because we're experiencing quite a lot of rain at the moment. So the quality coming in again to the radish pack house could be variable. And with the large promotion weekend coming up, need a good plan going forward.
So what I'm doing, I'm just getting a brief overview of what the quality of the radish is looking like coming through. Really, we're just looking for anything with these long stalks. You can see the girl here, she's pulling them off. And then looking for anything, any external defects, etc. that could be on the radish. All in all, this is a really very good sample that's coming off the field at the moment. This has been harvested. What are we on? It's been harvested yesterday and come in last night, packing it today. So it's very, very fresh crop, kind of going out to all the major supermarkets. After the product's been graded through there, it comes up and goes through a vertical form filling machine. It's basically a multi-head weigher at the top, and then the radish is dropped down at 200 grams into the bag. The bag is filled, and then again it goes through a check weigher, as we saw in the celery pack house, and is then packed into boxes. Just making sure that the finished product is packed, that the print is very good and clear, and that the radishes look good, and this really does looks excellent.
The scale of the operation here is absolutely huge. If you buy some radish in your local supermarket, it's very, very likely that it would have come from our factory. It shows that we're producing on average 500, 400,000 packs of radishes a week, and supplying virtually the whole of the UK market. Our relationships with the supermarket are ups and downs. They have quite strict rules they place upon us, but it's a fresh produce industry. You are working to a very short shelf life product. It's not like producing baked beans with 6 months life, putting them in store, taking them out and sending them out whenever you need to. We have to react very, very quickly. An order may come in at 9 o'clock at night and be going out at 8 o'clock the next morning. So you are found with yourself being pushed to the limit to get the freshness and deliver to the required specifications for the supermarkets.
Okay, we're now standing outside of the dispatch area after a very long day. These are the last 2 lorries now being loaded. There could be 100 vehicles leaving this site. However, most days there's around 40. If there's 100 lorries leaving, we have to be extremely slick. So the lorries have to come in, loaded, out, very, very smooth. So I'm now off to swipe out and go home. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. And if you get into this industry, you'll find it very, very rewarding, as I have done.
Yes. So as we were watching this clip, please highlight what are the things which stand out to you. As you are watching it, what stands out to you? What appeals you? What were the key things mentioned in the clip? You saw basically from start to finish of a production line, and the manager told you that these are the things which they do. Of course, more technologies can be incorporated in the modern world, but that is essentially a life of a manager, very busy and all of those things. But go ahead and please guide us. What stands out to you? How what you saw is linked with productivity, quality? Anything you can say. Hello, you guys are up, sleeping? Don't feel like studying today? Well, if you don't feel like studying, no problem. You can take day off. You can go and do your thing. You can sign out. Go home. Okay, Eleonora is saying it's hard to say at quality. All right, no problem. So you saw, please going forward, please participate in the discussion. Watch the things which I'm going to show you carefully, and please participate in the discussion. Yeah. So, but no pressure. Don't feel pressured. Yeah. So you saw the manager comes in. What time the manager comes in? Comes in early in the morning. Start with the meeting with other people, colleagues, giving them some guideline. There is no set pattern like these are the things which are we going to do. Yes, there are some things which are repeated, but the day can be quite dynamic based on you come in there. What are the problems? What are the issues? You have to be what type of mindset you might want to have as a manager. Yeah, any type of manager. I showed you this clip, but any type of active participating manager, this is their life. Um, in most of the industry, even if they are doing some type of desk job, there are some assistant managers who are very hands-on. And you saw this guy based on his job was very busy from morning till evening. One thing after another keeps on coming. And look at link it with the things which we have been talking about, because he said we are looking for zero rejection. Like once we put in some product out, we are looking for zero rejection, zero defect. And we spoke about Six Sigma, for example, the other day. Yeah, I hope you read a little bit on that. He's looking for no accidents, no problems there are people working, so no accident there, no injury. So he's responsible for that also. Yeah. So what is that? These are things linked with quality, productivity, because if there are so many accidents on the plant, do you think people would be it would be easy for them to just start working there? And how it will impact their satisfaction level, like when they are working there, the worry, the worriness, like, oh, something can happen, they don't feel safe, a safe environment. That is linked with productivity, quality. Yeah. He goes in the field himself. That was very interesting part. Like he goes himself out. So there are other people who are reporting him, but he goes himself. He sees what is happening. Even the production, he goes in the field. He takes it out from the field. He checks it, sample it. Yeah. So yes, we can argue that in modern times technology is helping a lot. But if you look at global scheme of things, and you look how far spread the technologies are available to, for example, farmers all over the world, it's not that much. It's still very hands-on, and that type of thing is still happening. Although you can say drones they are using other things to pesticide and all of those things. Yes, but on a wider scale, still you would have to that type of mentality, mindset from the manager. I feel that is, I think, maybe very important. So reflect on it, think about it. What was his lifestyle? What was his mindset? We always say positive mindset. We have been talking about Did you see his body language? Like, you know, he was working very hard, but very like kind of happy body language and all of those things. Goes in the field, see quality himself. Always something to do. We spoke about SOPs, for example, standard operating procedures manual. Did you observe that there were some set procedures, some set processes which everyone was following in the on the production line, on the I can maybe call it assembly line, yeah, or the line, production line, yeah, where things were coming out one thing after another. And yesterday I said to you that many times you want to maybe look at small changes. So you might, if you are observing, watching carefully, you could see a couple of things which maybe if they change it a little bit, just a little bit, it would make things faster, maybe easier. Yeah, and how the staff was working on the things. Now the manager was looking happy, but what the people who were working on the line, were they looking happy? Like, I'm sure they must be happy, but I mean, like the like any smile or anything on their face you saw? I did not see that. A very straight face. Nothing is wrong in that. You should smile and laugh if there is a reason. Without reason, some people say that should not smile. Anyways, that is another topic. But like their job was very busy. Their job was very busy on the assembly line. Assembly line is running. They are picking up the things, putting it in the boxes, cleaning it, whatever you saw. Yeah, very fast assembly line. Fast. It's moving. It's moving, and they have to keep on working on it. There is like, is there a time for rest? Is there a time? We spoke about breaks, how it helps productivity and all of those things. Of course it does. I don't say that it does not. It definitely impacts people based on what I read. I did not feel that in myself. If I take break, I did not feel that, but I understand that for other people it helps. Yeah, or for a wider population. Yes. So on the line, they were like, it was very hectic. So the like what they are trying to do, they are maximizing from the time. Just like we were talking about yesterday, if we start 5 minutes late, how much time we have lost? Yeah. So if they slow down just by 2 seconds, if the assembly line slows down by 2 seconds to give people a little bit rest, or they can have a slower pace, it is not 2 seconds. If 10 people are working, it is 10 times 2, 20 seconds. If 1,000 people are working on the line, it is 1,000 by 2, it's 2,000 seconds. Yeah, that is how business world operate. Mathematically, you can argue this is not correct. 2 seconds is 2 seconds. Yes, that also I understand, but I'm just sharing some thoughts with you that this is how maybe many people look at things. But then again, it's manager to manager. Different maybe the line is running fast, but you are a manager who was looking at people, and if someone needs a rest or something, you go to them and you say, take a break. Yeah, you might argue this in a setting like this. We can say these things. Yeah, but when you will be manager, even if you will want to, you might not be able to do it, because you have to there is an order, you have to complete that order. Yeah, forget about other people. Maybe for yourself, even if you feel like resting, you might not be able to rest. I've seen it myself. Yeah, I've seen on production line, people order, manager order food, lunch, he's hungry, he orders food, and food comes and he gets busy. He's hungry, but he does not have time to eat food. Yeah, I've seen it myself. Yeah, Yeah, so it's not a book thing, I'm telling you. Yeah, because and then the manager, especially if the manager is owner, he's entrepreneur, it's his own business, then his focus is on that thing. So these things happen. They don't. So that is these are challenges. These are challenges, real challenges. In a classroom environment, we say different things. we say different things, but in the real life, it's totally different. It's totally different. That's why experience, I think, is very important in all of these things, and so on. Anyways, I was talking about SOPs. So you saw there were some standards, practices, simple things like, you know, washing hands, and those simple things like how to enter in the production line, what to do, where your head cap, and all of those things. Simple things, but very important. And you know, one thing was very interesting to me, at least, is that when that experienced guy comes in, and they ask him what is really important for these type of managers, what is the real thing, what it is really important. So that older guy was saying that of course the technical knowledge and all of those things are important. Technical knowledge, technical know-how, knowledge of the basics, some education, qualification, some certification, all of those things are important, yes, but he said that man management is very important. Man management, how you deal with other people, how you manage them, very important. Yeah, now we can argue that, you know, more and more technology is coming in the production line, and less people are working there, but still there are some human beings. So those human beings you would have to maybe man management. That is, I think, that is very important. A relationship with other people. You say one thing, and just one thing which maybe you should not have said is going to change the dynamics of the relationship. It's going to change the dynamics of the relationship. Changes everything. Yeah. Be very careful with people. Be very careful. Think before you speak. Think before you speak. Is that common? But we don't. I don't. Many times. Many times I don't. Yeah, many times, but should. So reflect in yourself. What type of people you like? What type of people you like? Just what are their characteristics? Why you like them? Yeah, they are considerate and looking for your feelings, emotions. They are kind. Very nice, Purva. Exactly. We think after. I'm saying I am also one of them. It's not no lecture here. No lecture. It's just we are just talking. Don't feel that I have the qualities which I talk about. Yeah. It's just I'm just saying that these are best practices. All of us are trying to become better in all of these things. And Purva is right. Think after speaking. So that type of thing is not going to, it's not productivity, it's not quality. Think before you say something. Yeah. Think. Be very careful with people. Be very, very, very careful with people. Very careful. It's all about relationships. It's all about relationships. You are talented. Yeah. You are talented. You think you are smart. You think you are intelligent. You think you have the skills. Yeah. No. Just those alone are not going to take you nowhere. Write it down. Write it down. You make bad connections with the people. There you go. That is it. Your career is over. Yeah. Especially someone in power. People this forgive and forget and all of these things, these are in poetry and in the literature and all of that. Real business, nothing like that. Across the world. Yeah. And I'm sure you have seen that. Not saying that talent does not matter. Not saying that. Of course, you need to be smart. Of course, you need to be knowledgeable in your field. Of course. If you don't know that, then how are you going to do that? You have to know your thing. You have to know your thing. It's just like, you know, I know my thing, what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know my thing. Yeah, not everything, but I know what, like for this type of course, I know what I need to do. Yes, but if I say something bad to you and disrespect you or hurt your feelings or do something which you're going to respect me because of my knowledge, because I know something, because you're going to say, oh, he's talented, he's smart. No, it's not that. It's not that. The same is we in the, what I'm trying to say is that both things are very important. So like you, what in productivity quality, what it maybe what it should be is that maybe is that you are good in your knowledge, you have the skills, you are hardworking, all of that is one side. And same time you need to show that you are humble. Humbleness. So knowledge and then humbleness. You have the knowledge and you are humble. And with that, you are having good relationship with people. Yeah. But that generally does not happen. When we know something, we think we know something. Yeah. Many times. I'm not talking about us generally. I'm talking about production line. I'm talking about real life. Real, when you go out and work. You go out at work. You can be very smart. You don't have good relationship with your production manager. He's going to put you at a spot which he knows you won't be able to handle. He's not going to say, go leave the job. You will say, I cannot handle the work. He's going to put you in places. You will say, I cannot do it. He's not going to tell you go out. He's going to go do that thing. Go do that thing. He's going to put someone on that. So yeah, I've seen these things. And it's not one country. It's same as in developed country. It is relationship. Relation, network. Yeah. Your network is your net worth. Yeah. But then again, you're not just network. You have to, you know your thing, you are humble about it, and then you are also good with, very good with people. Extremely good. Extremely good. Yeah. Extremely good. Extremely good. Reflect on this. Reflect on this. Reflect, like this job where you watch the clip, the guy cannot be successful if he's not good with the people. He's not good, that type of that, you know, because on the plant you will have to, you know, sometimes you'll have to say something to other people and they need to do it quickly. So one is that they do it because of fear, because you are the boss. Other thing is that they respect you, they support you, they want to help you out, and then they say something. Yeah, then they say something. You need those type of people, definitely. How are you going to get those people? Yeah, how? Yeah, that is, now you need to think about it. You need to think about it. You need to think about that. But anyways, different people think differently about this, and some people think that no need to, you know, it's fine. Just, if I'm smart, I'm smart, no one can stop you. That's fine also, if that is what you think. Some people are posting their comments. Look at those also. See what I'm saying. Reflect in your own life. See what works for you. Do what works for you. Yeah, that type of thing. Yeah, and in the end, he goes in and he checks physically. Physically, he checks the end product. Yeah, it's a quality good. If the speed is fast enough, productivity is happening. He checks. He tests that. Yeah. Yeah. And the type of product was there. It was short shelf life. So he's saying he has to react very quickly, very fast to the demand of the market. The order comes, like he was saying, 9 p.m. and by 8 a.m. in the morning they have to deliver on certain specifications. What is quality? We spoke about that. It is like some specifications are there, and you fulfill those specifications. Yeah, and so on. Yeah. Yeah. A very interesting clip to reflect on. Please, think about the things you saw, make connections with your own life also, and see how it goes. Let's watch something else, some other business example, and then maybe please participate in the discussion.
And when I got out of work, the only thing that was open was McDonald's. My favorite thing was the fries. But the thing is, I stopped eating them. I felt guilty about eating their food. So that's why when they asked me to help you find answers, I was a little skeptical at first. But then I thought, maybe this is a chance to get to the truth. Now, as an engineer, I normally take a bunch of components and put them together to form a machine. Any machine can be deconstructed. And by looking at the assembly process in reverse, you can get a better idea of how it's made. And that's what I'm going to do with McDonald's French fries. I'm going to reverse engineer the whole process. I'll start with a fully finished fry, and in the end, hopefully, I'll have a potato that came straight out of the ground.
So, Coco, I've been asked by people, are the fries even made out of potatoes? Are they, ground up and mushed into the fry shape?
Sure, that's why I'm glad you're here today. We're going to take you through the whole process so we can make sure you have your answers.
Okay, from the very end all the way back to the beginning.
Yes. We're at the end of the freezer tunnel.
Now, I know what you're thinking. These look like potatoes, but are they really potatoes?
Let's go check out the rest of the process.
All right. So this whole thing is the freezer tunnel.
Yes, it's about 50 yards in length.
So the fries go in unfrozen, they come out
frozen.
What about me? What if I went in one side and came out the other?
It would turn you into a grandsicle.
So what's before freezing? So these are actually cooked.
Yeah, they're partially fried, and then the final preparation is done at the restaurant.
Why do you partially fry them?
Well, we want to make sure we get that crisp outer shell.
Yes. I like that part.
Yeah.
So before they're partially fried, what happens?
This is the ingredient dip where we control the color, and we're adding dextrose, a natural sugar, to make sure that we get a consistent color no matter what time of the year it is. Also, sodium acid pyrophosphate.
What is that?
That's going to make sure that we control the graying after freezing.
So this is all about maintaining consistency all throughout this process.
Yes.
It's no wonder that the fries always taste the same. They always taste really good. Let's keep going back. All right, Coco, so here's a big one. Now, I've been asked by people to show them the machine where you take the mashed up potato goo and you inject it into these molds in order to make the perfect French fries.
We don't do that here. Behind us, you can see whole potatoes coming at us.
Yes, and then I see this thing that looks like a cannon.
It works similar to a cannon. We're lining up the potatoes in tube with high pressure water and shooting them through a water knife here. It's precision cutting.
What? Check that out. That is crazy. How fast do they fire through here?
60 to 70 miles per hour.
So, Coco, where does the ammo for the potato gun come from?
Let's go find out.
So these are all the potatoes coming in. I mean, some of these are huge. That one's as big as my forearm. Are you using GMO potatoes?
No, we don't use GMO potatoes for McDonald's fries, but we do use different varieties. So we have russet Burbanks and Umatillas. Potatoes are just like people. They come in different shapes and sizes.
And they're all beautiful.
They're all beautiful.
So I've been all through this factory, and I've seen the potatoes come off the trucks. I got one final question. Where does this come from?
So all around us, under these vines, we'll find what makes mac fries.
All right.
Clear the vines away, start digging.
Am I doing good?
You're doing well. It's like an Easter egg hunt.
Oh, this is like the worst Easter egg ever. This is it, right?
See? A real potato. This is where it all begins.
So you wanted to know where McDonald's fries come from, or if they're even made out of potatoes. So I went to Simplot, I went backwards for the whole process, saw exactly how they're made, and traced it all the way back to here, to this potato. Pretty simple. I know you have questions. I have questions too. So keep asking, and I'll find the answers.
Yes, very good. So what do you observe? What are some of the things you can highlight in terms of quality, productivity? Any thoughts, any ideas coming to your mind as you are watching the clip, please? Did you see the type of technology they were using? They were talking about precision cutting. Precision cutting, yeah. Very interesting. What was the speed at which they fired the potatoes? 60 to 70 miles. That's like 110 kilometer. That's very fast for potato. Yeah, precision cutting. Yeah. What other things they were talking about? Consistent color, consistency. Yeah, consistency. Yeah. What consistency has to do with quality? We spoke about that. Yes. Consistency. Yeah. Consistent, like color, for example. Consistent color. Consistent taste, time after time, again and again. Yeah. And they showed you how they are doing that. Yeah. They showed you how they are doing it. Yeah. Different processes. Yeah. What they were adding in the chips. They spoke about sodium, for example. Sodium acid they were putting in it. What that does to the potatoes. Yeah. Other things also. Yeah. Very. Always taste same. Yeah, he mentioned that. Always taste same. Again, consistency. Yeah. Consistency. Link it with quality, productivity. See how the potato is gonna come from different. You know, they're going to look different size, different color, all of those things. Yeah. So this way you can look at now anything, any product. I'm just showed you, you know, two different type of example. One is like making the product like from some raw material. Other is just the raw material in itself. Yeah, the first one was just the material. They just packaging the same thing after cleaning and everything and sending it off. Other one is they get the raw material and then produce a new product from that, and then the consistency over a period of time. So, you know, pay attention to the things which you use. Pay attention. Attention, you know. Quality comes from attention, focus, attention. So you go and see, you know, you go, whenever you go out and you see you eating out or something, you know, you go someplace, the same taste is coming again and again. Think about it, reflect. What were the reasons? There is the same thing they are able to produce. What are the things they are doing in the kitchen, for example? If you are in restaurant, how to have a little conversation with the people there who work there, the staff. A 5-minute conversation. You're going to learn a lot about productivity and quality management, quality conformance. Ask them what are the standards you have to follow. Are there any national standards? Food inspectors come to check. What happens when they come to check? When are they coming next? Can I stop by when they are coming next? There should be no problem. Should be no problem. You can do that. The same place you go all the time. No problem. No problem. No problem at all. You just know the time and you just wait outside, and when the food inspectors come or any quality control check people come, you just talk with them, ask them nicely that, you know, I am interested in productivity, quality. I would like to see how you work. Can I just, you know, hang around? What is the problem? No problem. Nowadays it's COVID and all of those things, so I don't know about that, but I have done it myself. No problem. Not everyone is going to agree, of course. There will be, you will have to ask 100 people maybe, and 5-6 will agree. 5-6% people would agree. But you can, it's possible. These type of things are possible. Rejection. Taking rejection is a big part of improvement, productivity and quality management. Taking rejections, Ability to take rejection. Ability. Do you have the ability to take rejections? Yeah. Can you take rejections easily, or you take rejections personally? If someone rejects something which you said, how do you take it? Yeah, how do you take it? It's a big productivity quality question. Very big, very important. Yeah, like you say you start blaming the other person, or they don't understand, or you start looking within. Oh, okay, I did not do it right. You ask them, okay, what maybe differently I could have done. Not to critique, but to improve. And when you will ask, it will show how you ask. Yeah, how you ask. Yeah. Sometimes it is best not to ask also. Some people are people, especially in different cultures and different brought up, can be very tricky. Can be very, very, very tricky. Ability to take rejections. I think about that, because improvement is going to come from there. I think, like, otherwise you get rejected, you will say, oh, you apply for 10 jobs, you get no reply, and then you maybe, no problem, I got 10 rejections, no problem, let me speak with other people, show them my resume, tell them what type of answers I am giving in the interviews, maybe try to improve and see how things go. Yeah, that is any business who has to maintain their standard, they have to rejections and all of those things, very comfortable with them. Yeah, but it is hard, it is challenging, especially for some people it can be very challenging. Yeah, we don't like when we are rejected, no one likes. Yeah, we like when we are appreciated, when we are recognized, no one likes. But before you will be recognized, you will have to take, sometimes you will have to take some rejections, maybe, generally speaking, that is the scheme of things. Yeah, what else you saw in the clip? It's McDonald's, it's international business, it's a big business. So now you can now think about it, like how they standardize the things across, like even in a city they have a lot of McDonald's. So you have chips in one branch, next branch you go, it's the same taste, same amount of saltiness or the crispiness, or what is that? Yeah, standardization has to do a lot with standardization. Yeah, some friends are putting in their thing in the chat, read that, reflect that. Yeah, reflect on those type of things. Yeah, yeah, your mics are not working, that's why you're not speaking much. What's the problem? What is the problem? Anyways, so want to touch on job design and other type of designs. If you recall, day before yesterday, first day, I think, as we were closing, I said couple of things, or maybe yesterday, said couple of things about quality by design. Yes, I think it was yesterday. Quality by design. So we were saying that in the design process, when you are designing, at that stage in the design process, you need to consider the quality aspects. Yeah, quality aspects you need to consider, maybe in that. Yeah, I want to touch on, for example, some type of design factors. Let's look at job design. I'm gonna turn off the volume. Just watch and observe what is happening. Goes out. Yeah, I think standardizing the time. So if you will look at the mathematical calculation, how do they standardize the time? You will see that first they take average time of doing things, then they normalize the time, I think, and then they standardize it. So before standardizing the time, they include the time that some interesting thing to look at. Want to look at this one also, but with the voice. Enjoy watching.
It gets past you and into the pack room unwrapped.
Yeah. So what do you think is happening in this clip? Although it is humorous or something, what are your comments? Tiffany saying she watched it before.
There is total mismanagement in this this video, because at the beginning the thing was coming slowly, so they were able to adapt it. But from the other side, when they increase the speed of machine, they should recognize, or they should think about it, how the worker will adapt, or they should increase little by little and see how the effect goes. But manager did not come here again and visit that after increasing the speed, how it's going and how the thinking. So I think for this was totally mismanagement, and there should be more communication between worker and management part.
Communication, yeah, communication. But you know what? How communication was stopped? All these things, where these things are taking us, it's taking us to many things, of course, but maybe the management, the manager, the production manager, quality manager, productivity manager, plant manager, process manager, any type of person who is dealing with these type of things. And then again, for example, Tiffany was mentioned
very, in humanitarian grounds as well, that how much a person can give an input, and how much possible is it for them to give an output. So
yeah, very good, very good, very good, very good. Yeah, so these type of things you might want to think about, and we always think about these things when we are in a classroom environment like this and we are chatting and discussing, and all of us know these things. But something happens once we take on the role as a manager of some type of production or something, then somehow our focus goes in something else. Yeah. Same topic, design. I want to discuss design. Yeah, design, because I feel that design, changing designs, doing things in a different way can increase productivity and quality and so on. So here is an example for you guys to reflect on. This is a simple example. It's a time motion study, very interesting. So I have muted the voice because I want to talk about it as it is playing. So but this is what they are doing. They have the screw, and they have the nut, and they have the bolt, and it's just the person is using both hands, and he's certain number of nuts and bolts, and he's just putting in those things using both hands, picking one screw and the other one with the nut. You are seeing it. It's easy to understand. This is what he's doing, and he's timing this job. So there you are seeing the time. He has put the timer on this, and he is just putting in the things there. Yeah. So this is what he's doing. So I'm just forwarding it. You are not missing anything. You just, it's just he's putting in, and at the end he's going to time it. Yeah, just going to time it. So we just want to see how much time it took him to do it. Please help me read the time. Please look at the time and say what is the time. What do you think is the time? 1:44:03. Yeah. What is the time? 1:44:03.
It seems like it's 44.03.
44.0. 144. There is a 1 also, I think.
It looks like C or 0. Calculator error.
Yeah, 1:44:03. Okay, so well, we can listen to him what he's saying. He must be telling the time.
It's taken 1 minute and 44 seconds. 1:44.03 to assemble 10 assemblies. 44 seconds. 1:44 and 44 seconds. Simply number 10. We push our stopwatch. It It's taken 1 minute and 44 seconds. 1:44.03.
Yes, he said 1 minute and 44 seconds and 03. 1:44.03. Yeah, that is the time taken. Okay, so now he is doing the same task, but using a different process. Yeah, what is that process? He has this system here. This system is there, and he's starting the time, and now he's see how he's going to do it. He's going to use both hands simultaneously, putting in the screws in the system, and using both hands, putting in the thing there, and then after that he's going to, it's simple, straightforward. Now he's putting, so it's just system, and I'm just forwarding it to save our time, because we just want to see the time at the end. Just what do you think, how much time he would have saved? Yeah, what do you think? Make an estimation. First it was 1:44.03. What do you think? Just a little change in the job design, how that would have impacted the productivity. Yeah, maybe half the time. Very nice. Maybe half the time. All right, what it says now. Yeah, 58 seconds. Yeah, so from 1 minute 44 to 58, as Cathy is saying, maybe half the time. So that is what happened. Just simple. So first doing it like this, which most people are going to do. Yeah, most people are going to do. So, and if this is the job or something, you are there, you come in as the manager, and you are seeing people do it certain way. So you have to think about this thing. This looks fine. This looks fine. Yeah, nothing is wrong in this. People screw the nuts like this. But now your job is, what can be done differently to save time? So it's like half time. Like if it would take 8 hours to do the job, now it will take 4 hours. Same thing for yourself. You are doing some type of job. Now you need to think about that what can you do to eliminate that time? Yeah. So we were talking about, work-life balance and all of those things, I think the day before yesterday, and we made some comments. As a matter of fact, I wrote down here. I did not get a chance to speak about it, but I saw this comment. Cathy made this comment that she saw so the boss was there, and he was first to come and last to leave, something like that, and that is how it is. We spoke about that. So you need to now, productivity and quality management, we talk about these things, but in your own situations now, you need to think about these things, like how you can reduce the time. Tiffany, I need you here. Tiffany, please go ahead and tell us that situation about using the macros in Excel, and please guide us with that.
Hi, Professor. So actually, I just shared my experience in my internship with Professor last 2 days ago in my reflection email, and actually it's that my colleagues have add some of the Excel macros in one of our checklists in my company, and it is more effective for us to work on a task, because we just need to click on some macro buttons, and Excel automatically help us to input some of the information. And yeah, and
macros.
I think, yes, and I think it is like very common for more and more companies to use like VBA or macros in Excel to improve the efficiency of the company. Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Tiffany. Yeah, so think about these things. Now, many people might not be. I'm not talking about you guys, but generally speaking, people graduate and they don't have decent knowledge of these tools which we used: Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel. It's simple tools. We know, simple in the sense that we know about them, but do we really know what they can do and all of those things? For example, macro is a feature in that. It's a long task. You can create a macro for that, and it will do that long task just by clicking on one button. You will be able to complete the task while entering data, making some calculation, all of those things. You can, I'm sure you are aware of those things, but I just wanted to highlight that just by adding those type of things, a simple adjustment in job design, you can save a lot of time. And if you know how to use those type of simple technology, they can maybe ease your daily task. You can now, implement these things in your life. Implement them in your life. How do you, for example, you go in kitchen, how do you wash your dishes? How do you use both of your hands? How are the movements? There are clips online available. How to do things faster without creating any damage. Simple things. Yeah. And you will learn a lot from that. Like, for example, this clip is now you can use this in various activities. And I would like to show you couple of more things, because this is what productivity is. You go in the plant, you see how things are being done, and then you make adjustments and so on. I'm gonna just fast forward and see what
things better. Here's just a simple one. We're always looking to improve in true line industries. One of the things that I do every day on this machine is fill that oil. Here's our container, and all the way over there is the oil bottle. You gotta walk all the way over here where our oil bottle is, bend down and pick it up from the floor. Walk back to the oil container, bend down, open the cap, fill the oil, get back up, walk back, and put it back on the floor, in the way. There's gotta be a better way, and I've got the solution. Here is our solution. We put a simple arm right on the machine. We took that oil bottle from there, and it's here. Close at hand, easily accessible. I take it out, take that cap off, fill it, and then when I'm done filling, I simply put it back. It's off the floor, easily accessible. Chips don't gather on the floor here or there. It's cleaner, saves time. It's lean and clean, man.
Yeah, so think about it. Like it says, you might say that, what is this? From here, 2 steps there. It's just like it's gonna take 2 seconds to, or maybe 3 seconds or 4 seconds to come here, pick up the bottle, put the thing in it, and it's like, no. But no, that is not how productivity and quality, these type of people look at things. They want to save, even if it is very little time, even if it is a second. So C comes up with this, you can call it whatever. It's a design they come up with, and they say, all right, we can put it here. So next time you won't have to come from here to take 2 steps and waste 2 times, 2, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, whatever. He's just gonna put it here, and he's calling it lean. This is what it is. What is lean? Lean is cutting out any time which is wasted. Yeah. So why this is important? Why I'm showing this to you? Why this is significant? Because some friends can think this is just 2 seconds or something, but it is not 2 seconds. Please try to understand that. It's not 2 seconds at all. It is, we don't know how many seconds it is, because if 100 machines are there, then it is 100 times 2. It's 200 seconds, and how often you have to do it. So for productivity, everything they want to, because they want to minimize their expense and maximize their profit. So these small things, many times the small things are not being done properly, and so on. Let me see what, if it would be better if you will open mic and speak, I think, because going to chat and looking at what you are saying is going to maybe decrease our decrease my productivity. Quite humorous situation happens. Automation, yes. Put pressure on, very good. Thus employees pretend, very good. Pretend, yes. This is the word. This is the word. We pretend that, you know, we pretend we are fine. Why? Because if we show some weakness, then other people are going to judge us. We don't want to do that. It's many times that is happening. Yeah. Very good, very good. Time motion study. Read on this. Yeah. Read some articles on that. Try to see how you can look into these things. Right speed, for example, yes. Yeah, so all these things, we know these things. Yeah, right? Tamlini is right. Optimal conditions and all of those things. But what happens, don't we somehow forget these things when we are standardization you guys are talking about. Yeah, very nice. It is an art. Yeah, so be the artist who can maintain good relationships. Good building relationship takes years, but distraction takes just seconds. Yeah, so think about these things. Let me for example, this one now from our daily life, we see this. It's the same thing. So they are changing the tire. So something happens to the tire, and see the timer is on, and one person is changing on the top, others they are showing it simultaneously, so it's easier to understand. Anyways, just to save our time, I'm just forwarding it, yeah, couple of times. So see what is happening, how one person is doing, how the other person is doing. Both are changing tires, but their productivity is going to be different, definitely. Yes. And so I've muted the voice. We are just looking at the visual. 5 minutes are gone, and see the other person is where, and this person below person is where. See, it is just it's just their motions, which thing to do first, which thing to do second, which thing to do third. You know, this is a big thing. This is a big thing. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. So before doing something, you just don't start doing it. You reflect on it, think about it. Okay, I'm doing, this is the first step. What step should be? What is step 1? What is step 2? What is step 3? That you need to maybe think about. Anyways, so 11 minutes, this person is gone. So he's gone. He changed the tire. They started same time. So the other person is still putting in some things. See? And it is just change of movement. So see I hope you got the point. He's still working on it, and you can see it. 15 minutes are gone. The other one was gone, I think 11 minutes, and so on. So this is what it is. Time, motion, study, and so on. This one is there for you to watch in your own time. Here is a question. Think about any issues with job design, work measurement, and so on, how the process can be improved. Are you seeing any safety concerns? This is the clip which you can watch and think about these type of questions. If you have time, you can do that. You don't want to do it, no problem, up to you. It's a fascinating example. I really love it. I want to show you. It's very short one. It's like 30 seconds. Like 30 seconds. Look at this. So Ferrari a sports racing track. Look at this. How many people are standing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can count how many people are standing there. Look at their positions. Everyone is in a certain position. Yes, all of these people are trained for that position. They do certain exercises so that they can do this job. They are just changing the tire, but these people are expert in their field, like they really understand time, motion, and all of those things. Yeah, they are highly paid. This job of changing tire is highly paid job. It's not, and you have to be physically, mentally very fit. Your reaction speed should be very fast. All of those things. Not anyone can get this type of job. Yeah, and then they have experience also. Yeah, because if one person lags or anything, whole process is going to go down. So all they are doing, they are just changing the tire. But the nature is that they have to change very fast, and they need to change all 4 tires in a go. Yeah, beautiful example. And the time has not started yet, because when the car comes, that is where look at this person. There are names for every person. I don't have time to really go through what are the names, so every person has a name and all of those things. Yeah, so look at that. It has not started yet. Video has not started. See, they are coming into positions. I've seen that coming into positions. Here it comes. Boom, 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 gone. Beautiful example of beautiful pit stops. Beautiful. These are called pit stops. Yeah. So think about this. This is what you want to reflect on: productivity, quality. What goes behind all of this? What goes behind this? You need to now read about that. And then there are other examples also where something can go wrong. Like same type of examples, you can now search online how they refill the car tank with gas. The same speed they fill the gas. Yeah, but it gets fired sometimes. Yeah, there are videos available. Yeah, you can. So this, very risky jobs. Even this one is very risky, because the tires are put, if any nut is not good or something, and he's going on speed, the driver is going to go on very high speed, so can crash. Yeah, same thing for filling in the gas. If anything is wrong in that, can have accident and all of that. So you need to think about that. Okay, I think I put in the very good. Yeah. Okay, so this one I was trying to refer to. See, they are going to fill the gas, and I think there is some fire or something. See, there's fire. Look at that. All the people are there. See, they are filling the gas. All those 15-20 people, you have to count. The driver is inside, and they are filling in the gas. Everything is hot. Yeah, and it catch fire, and many times the driver has lost their life also. Many times. You can run the search and you can listen to this clip. It gives you a little more detail on productivity issues. Yeah, here it is. I think, see, it's a talking and then fire. Before you know, it's yeah. So this is again, these drivers are very highly paid, but they are, see this one now. This one is gone wrong now, because they are explaining this. You can watch it in your own time. Like, don't have time for that. But these are some things you would want to reflect on in terms of job design and so on. And then our friend was talking about some type of automation and those type of things, like self-ordering. You must have seen it in different countries where People don't necessarily have to fast food, for example. They don't have to go to the human being. It's a machine there. You go there. You are seeing in the machine. They are putting in the order. They can change the order. They can go back. They can select how they are going to pay. All of those things. This one is showing. And so what is this? This is now automation. Yeah, just like Tiffany was talking about automation in the last clip. This type of automation, how they make the things maybe easier. If there is a human being and you want to go back and change your order, it can be, they might not maybe like it or whatever, but with the machine you can go back and change it as many times as you want. Machine is not going to complain. So how these type of things make things productive. But what is the cost of that productivity? Sometimes people want to speak with, in certain industries, in certain things they want to do, they want to speak with some human being sometime. So then they maybe will have some human being also somewhere, and if they want to come, they can maybe solve the issue. Yeah. So for example, let me share a little story with you very quickly. Remember the day when I had the storm in Jamaica and all of those things last week? Those of you, a lot of you were with me. So I used my phone, and um, it took away the credit it had. So then that day I went to the shop to get the credit, and there was a machine, so I could do it with the machine. So when I did it with the machine, I put in one amount and took it, but when I put the second amount, it did not give me. So it took the money from me, but it did not give me the credit for using the phone. Yeah. So then the people were not maybe there because of the rain and everything, and everyone was rush leaving. So I had that issue, yeah, with the machine. So now today maybe I will have to go back to them and sort out what is the problem. And so these type of things happen sometimes with the machine in different countries. But this is, is one you have to look at. And if that happens, it can compromise the quality of the customer service and all of those things also. Yeah. So think about, I'm sure you have a lot of automation in your countries and different type of things. This one, I saw this one, so it's a short one. What happens when something goes wrong in the job design or something. Yeah.
2012 at 4:30 p.m. What you're seeing here is a palletizer, a machine that packs and stacks cases of rum onto a pallet. The man you see here operates the palletizer. He's been cleaning the machine because bottles often break in the cases, and the rum leaks on the conveyor belt, making it sticky. When this happens, the cases then crash into each other, and bottles fall to the ground. This has been happening for a couple of years at Bacardi, and it hasn't been fixed. As the operator walks away, cases start coming down the line very quickly and crashing into each other. He hits the emergency stop button. Now, what's supposed to happen next is operators need to put a lock on the machine to prevent somebody from pushing the start button while someone else is inside. Under the machine, there's a lot of shattered glass as seen in these photos. There's also another emergency stop button and some bars that you can put underneath the platform to keep it from falling. But employees rarely did this for fear of slowing down production. The man in the orange vest is Dave Davis. He's a temp worker on his first day on any job in his entire life. In fact, his shift started just an hour and a half ago when he sent this photo to his fiancée. The operator points down below and tells Davis to sweep up the glass under the machine. Look at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. You'll see Davis go underneath the palletizer to sweep up the glass. A few minutes later, Davis goes back upstairs to ask a question. The man in the white shirt, who's a supervisor, told police he had told Davis to sit by the side, but others heard him tell Davis to simply go get some gloves. Davis goes back downstairs underneath the machine. The supervisor and operator finish cleaning the conveyor rollers above Davis. They close the gate and turn on the machine. Cases come down the line, they're pushed into a square, and the platform goes down. Then they hear a yell. They see that Davis has been crushed by the machine. They hit the stop button. The palletizer operator is trying to manually raise the platform off Davis, but it's not working. The supervisor radios for someone to call 911. Here you'll see a worker pass down a pry bar to see if they can lift up the platform. There were some 60 cases weighing about 2,000 pounds on the platform when it went down. First responders got there within minutes, but it was already too late. The way the machine had killed Davis.
Very sad, but these type of things happen on plants, across the world every now and then. So, quality issues, productivity issues, sometimes not following SOPs, standard operating procedures, manuals. Many times people don't even read those manuals because many times. Many times. Have you read the operating procedure manuals of your company, whatever job you do? What is the standard way of doing things? Maybe you scan through them, but many times people don't really pay attention to those things. And then safety issues and productivity issues, those things can come. And now you can link it with the first video we started our today's session with, where he was saying that having no accidents, safety precautions, well-being of employees, workers, that is important. Have to be mindful about these things as you are thinking about productivity and quality management. Anyways, want to continue with design. We were talking about job design earlier. Any job, there are so many jobs. I just picked these ones to share my thoughts about productivity, quality. You have to make the linkages, and the way you are participating in the chat, at least I think that we are on the same page. Good input you are giving in the chat, but try to give it through voice also if possible. This one is it's a very interesting clips here. I wish I could show you all of them, but I don't have that much time here. So you need to watch these clips and link it with, this is like design of the logo, like the buttons you see in social media, like button and all of those, design, overall design. So how that influence the productivity or quality of the brand and all of that. This is a fascinating talk, wonderful talk. Should find time to listen to this if you want. I'm gonna move forward. I'm muting the voice just to save time. So look at this. This is the design of how the cars will be parked. They are using automation machine, and they are using very less space. But how they have constructed is that a car needs a park. It will come on the machine. Machine will lift it and put it in a spot which is available and designated for that car. Yes, it will take out same way it is going to take it out. But I just wanted you to see appreciate the design. Very simple design, but very interesting. Look at how high it is. Look at how high it is, and see how many, in a small space, how many cars can be parked. And then there are countries where parking and space is a problem. For example, Hong Kong. Our friends are there. Three friends I think are from Hong Kong in the session. So they know this, that the space is tight and all of that. So parking is a problem. I remember when I was visiting Hong Kong 3 years ago, I could see that in some areas parking was it's just too many people in the city, and it's so these type of challenges can happen. But it is not just about Hong Kong or anything like that. It is, even if a country has a lot of space, it is how you utilize that space. You should maybe use less space and use some type of design and those type of things which can make your service more productive. So this is good example of productivity. Small size, but how they arrange it in the circle. Cars are parked in a circle, and this is what it is. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, using the machine and all of that. This is something design. Characteristics of design, and some nice clips are there. I don't have. I'm just gonna play one more. I'm gonna just play one more, and others you need to watch in your own time. So again, it's a long clip. So again, I'm not going to. I'm gonna mute the voice and just show you this very quickly. So look at this. This is his place, his home, his house, his room, whatever you want to call it. It looks very small, but look at the design. How the design is going to improve the productivity of the space. He has everything which you can, almost everything. Of course, he does not have a swimming pool in his house, but yes, look at that, beautiful. Yeah, so everything is in the behind the it's locked, but as he open them, this is his bed, so he's gonna just take it out, and there he goes. Beautiful, very nice. Yeah, and see how small the place is, but how the design has improved the productivity of the place. He has the sink, he has the kitchen, he has he's a place to clean his things and all of that. And he's also explaining it. He's a fridge. Yeah, he's also explaining it very nice. If you are interested, you can listen to him, and he's talking. See, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. His clothes, his closet, yeah, with the mirror. Here it is, his shower place. He's showing that it's enough space for him to, do the job. All right, that's nice. Well, look at the space. Space is really small, but look at what he's able to do in all of that. Of course, a big space is a big space. You cannot compare it with a house which is big, of course. But we are trying to talk about productivity and quality and design, and how design impacts all of these things. How you can change the design, the layout. Amazing. He also has magazines in the yeah. There's so many little things which you will have to watch the clip properly to really appreciate what is happening. But just his friends are over, very nice, and see, he's on top of his bed. He has put the table there. Very nice. Is the table in-house where people can sit and talk about it. And amazing design, amazing design. Yeah, where he puts the pillows, and it's really small place, and how he has managed to. And this is now even amazing because he has outdoors also. He has outdoors also. So he is using it as steps to go maybe outdoors or something like. It's outdoor now. So this is the outdoors. Yeah. See this? Outdoors. Yeah. And if you are looking at it, what is happening is that below this outdoor is his bed. So he's pushed that bed there, and then he can take it out. So on top of the bed, he has made the outdoors. Very interesting design in a small, where 4 people are sitting there with the, yeah, very interesting, very interesting. Yeah. Anyways, you can watch it when you have maybe time and so on. So design, how the design can impact these type of things. That is something which you would want to think about. And I think more important thing is that you now take this in your own personal private lives. Like how do you utilize your own space, like in your room, making a little bit of an adjustment in your room, putting something from here to there can make the room more spacious. Yeah. Same thing now, when you go in a plant and you want to improve productivity, the same things you are doing. You are putting the design in a way that it is more efficient. The design utilizes space efficiently, but it takes time to access his stuff. Interesting point, Marcus. Yes. Yes. Of course, there will be some catch in everything, but overall, in the big scheme of things, these are the things which you would want to do as productivity and quality management. You guys spoke about automation and those type of things. I need to spend some time in talking about automation now. For example, here is an example. Mercedes production line. See, they are using automation. These are the robotic arms they are using. Different, you're not seeing a lot of human beings. It picks up the screen is heavy, it picks it up fine, and it puts it back. So productivity and quality in recent times, the companies are thinking about automation, and a lot of technologies there which helps in increasing the productivity and quality. Yeah, so see how interesting arms they have built. They can go inside the car. What are they doing? Putting in everything there. Yeah, see, this is interesting, this one. Pay attention, please. These guys are coming. If I recall, they are going to stop there. There is nothing in front of them. They can pass, but they stopped. They can pass, but they stopped. What is that? This is the SOP, that when the light needs to come before they go, although the passage was clear. These are the things maybe one needs to be careful about. Maybe in the last video which you guys saw, maybe the guy it was his first day, so he was not taking those type of precautions, and then he had to pay the price for that. Or maybe there was some other reason. I don't know. You can run the search and find the details of what really happened. Yeah. So now look at this automation, a lot of automation. So now you saw those humorous clips there a while ago, where the workers were there and the machine got faster and they were not telling the boss, the communication problem, all of those things. So when automation comes in, those type of problems maybe decrease, but then other type of problems come in. Yeah. So of course they have some human element also in the job, and they are doing it, but like this, this simple thing, like let me pause here. Look at this on the right side. See that these are numbers labeled, all of these things. See the moving, they are moving. Yeah, so they need to come in the right place. Every box should have certain things in certain quantity. So material management. Yeah, how many things are needed for this car, which part, because if one part is missing, then the car, everything else is there, but the car cannot be called complete, because so how much coordination needs to happen here? Yeah, these things you need to reflect in your own time. Yeah, look at this is now coming in. Beautiful. This is now coming in. What is this? This is a collaboration between technology and human beings. Yeah, so it comes in with the right product at the right time, at the right speed. It stops there, the person picks it up, and then it's moving here. So a lot of things you can learn if you watch this clip very carefully and you observe and you take time. Many things you will be able to learn and appreciate. Yeah, other things, they are there, but watch it in your own time, of course. Yeah, technology, I want to talk about something. In the first week of the summer school, we spoke about artificial intelligence, the role of artificial intelligence and all of that in business and all of that. Yeah, So it's kind of linked with that. Technologies, yeah, role of technologies, how technologies help in improving productivity and quality. Technology, and I look at this hand, this is a technology and a human being, a handshake. I want to show you this, for example. Yeah, so these type of things will happen every now and then. Yeah, replaces 60,000 factory workers with robots. Yeah, replacing 60,000 workers. Can you imagine? That's a big number. So those type of things are happening also in the world. As the automation, as I was saying earlier, that there is a price for automation also. So what those people are going to do, that is also something you might want to consider. Yeah, like for example, this clip, like wastage, deciding what is what. So this is everything is technology is doing this. Yeah, very interesting, because if human being has to do it, can be quite difficult. It is putting the things in the right place, looking at the material, in which box it should go. Robotic arms have the cameras, the sensors, all of those things, and very quickly it can manage waste, for example. So think how it is going to impact the productivity, quality in managing waste on a plant, on a production line. Yeah. And of course, as Nasir is saying, the machine is doing the job, and then the human being can maybe look at it. I'm going to move relatively fast with this one. Yeah, with this one relatively fast, I would like to move. Like for example, you know, this one. Okay, this one is short. You can listen to this, please.
No one would think Lowe's would work with. My name is Kyle Nell, and I'm the Executive Director of the Lowe's Innovation Labs. Lowe's Innovation Labs is here to build new technologies to solve consumer problems with uncommon partners. We focus on making science fiction a reality. Retail really hasn't changed much in the last couple hundred years. The robots are the first thing that can really change the customer experience.
Hello, I am Oshbot, the Orchard Store Robot Helper. What are you looking for today?
The robot will come up to you and will say, "Hi, what can I help you with?"
Where can I find more of these?
I'm looking for hammers. Me gustaría comprar esto.
Can you place the object in my viewfinder? Is this the item you are looking for?
Yes.
I'll take you.
Once you show the robot the item, it will then navigate you to where that item can be found.
The robot has multiple sensors and is able to navigate inside of the store. It creates a map overnight. So the next day in the morning, the robot knows where the products are located.
I'll take you to the Plum 16-ounce flat contoured handle hammer.
One of my favorite parts of the robot is its ability to speak multiple languages.
Seguro que Martillo gustaría.
¿Puedo hablar con un experto en plomería?
Claro, te pongo en contacto.
It allows you to connect remotely with another store associate in a different location.
Hola, soy Sara. ¿Cómo le puedo ayudar hoy? SU Labs and the Lowe's Innovation Lab are working together to experiment with exponentially accelerating technologies to really rethink how retail is done.
Lowe's is one of those amazing organizations on the planet. They have an executive team that really thinks about how to deploy new technologies in very courageous new ways.
3D scanning, autonomous navigation, natural language processing, collision avoidance, all of these things come together to make the robot a wholly different experience than anything in retail right now.
I think it's a tool for our associates that really delivers on our promise of being an 80-year-old startup.
De hecho, creo que volvería a marchar por el robot.
I actually really liked it, and we could be considered friends.
The world and the future of the world, everything.
This is quite interesting. Imagine, you know, ability to speak in different languages. You can come up with some object and you can show it to the robot and it will identify using object recognition. And this is being used. This is the place, Supply Hardware Arcade. You can run a Google search, and this is not any new video. If you can look at the date, 2014, 6-7 years old clip I'm showing you, just make you appreciate that. Imagine how advanced this type of technology might have been by now, and these things are, you know, sometimes companies are using these type of things, simple tools. So how that makes, how that going to impact, how it is impacting productivity already, and so on. A couple of other clips are here, you know, you can watch them in your own time, please. Very interesting. This one is great, you know, how to think about the application, how it would how it could be employed in production. Like we were looking at assembly lines, like we started with the clip today with some assembly lines, how it can be used. Let's maybe look at this one. This one is very long, so I cannot show you all of it, but look at this. This is, what is this? Robots. Look at that. Beautiful. This is enough. This is enough. Yeah, look at that. It is, you are seeing the robots all over the place. No human being. Maybe you're going to see a couple of human beings. This is what it is. This is productivity. This is quality. This is business. Business is Amazon. They are using robotics. Robotic empire. You need to listen to this 15 minutes. Yeah. If you look at this, how fast movement and all of that. Yeah. Taking package from one place to another. Of course, human beings will be there and all of those things, and they are you should watch it, and they will explain what are they doing. Look at in the background, heavy material, no back injuries of human beings, and so on. I can spend a lot of time just discussing that, but we don't want to waste our valuable time on something which you can definitely watch in your own time. It is on the website, so a lot of things you are going to learn. Please watch it. Yeah, please. Yeah, look at this one, for example. Just quickly scan through them. Yeah, this is very interesting. Look at that, how it picks up and it takes to the certain destination, and it will keep on working day and night. Yeah, it will need some type of maintenance and reliability. We were discussing maintenance and reliability yesterday, but it's going to keep on working. Look at that. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. And look at in the background, there is another robot working there. And if this makes you a little bit, you know, fearful of how they look, the look can be changed. You can put in human skin to this, all of that. Those of you who did not take artificial intelligence with me in the first week, it's on my website. Go on that website, look at the links. We have explained those type of things already on the website. You just go and play with the website and see what is what. Yeah, I think this is what productivity is. This is what, yeah. But then the ethical issues or the dilemmas and those type of things, of course, you would want to think about that. Very interesting examples here. What are the things they can do, and so on. Precision. They are quite precision. They are like this. In this clip, for example, the robotic arm is going to put this ball in the court, like from a distance. See, the scientists are engineers, scientists. They are there, and let me show you quickly what is. See, this is the ball, and it is going to the distance, and look at how much it takes. It's like, it's really precision. Yeah. So where it is. All right, here, look at this, the distance and precision and control and all of that, and it's going to go in the, there you go. Yeah, precision. And in the McDonald's clip, you learned about precision cutting. They were talking about potatoes. So this is precision throwing. So imagine the utility of this, how it can be used, and so on. Yeah, what would be the useful. Other clips are there, technology, don't have time for that. Drones, I would like to quickly talk about very quickly. So drones, for example, drones are being used across the world for different things. This is one clip I found very interesting. Drone delivery of food. This is the company which is using it. I was told this type of thing is also used in Finland in AI class, and in other countries also. Some of the members of AI class are in the room also right now. So but you can run a search and see how. So if the delivery is going to be drones, how it is going to impact the productivity and quality in various industries. Yeah, for example, you want to send medicine to a place where maybe it is hurricane or it is storm like Jamaica saw the storm the other day. Yeah, so the roads blockage and all. See this food delivery, how it is going to impact on various jobs. Yeah, what those people are going to do in the you know, those type of things you might want to think about. And not just this, there are other applications, and think about other application. Postal service, for example, you know, Swiss government is using that. Drones, they are using other type of things also. Yeah, yeah. So this is the post they put in there, and then it goes. Yeah, in different things it can be now. It can be used. This is very interesting. You know, drone taxis. How that is, the automation flying taxis could change transportation. How we travel from one place to another. How that is going to change our productivity. Yeah, how we will be going from one place to another to do some job. It is a big plant we are working on. How will we like fly from one place to another in the plant? Yeah, it's very interesting, very interesting. And they have tested these things already in Dubai, for example. Yeah, flying drone taxis. Yeah, so they see the autonomous 2 seats. So the guys are sitting, and it is going to take them off. Yeah, it just took flight for the first time. Yeah, the flight was unmanned for the test, so automated flight. Smartphone, yeah, using smartphone, having an app, Voloport near you, Volocopter. Yeah, of course these things are, you know, in preparation, and there will be trials and prototypes, and over a period of time they will develop and all of those things. But these things are definitely going to make some impacts on productivity. I wanted to show you this. This is like flying. You see this. Can't show you all of them because of time restraint, but you should watch all of these 6-7 clips how things are happening. But I'm just going to play, let's say, one clip just very quickly. Now see, is a man is there, is going to fly. So this is not a movie or stunt or anything or graphics, or this is happening. This is happening. People are, see how comfortably he is flying there, and it's just like you and me walk. How that is going to impact various forms of productivity. Yeah, look at that, how easily he's flying, how easily. Yeah, of course he got training and all of that, but and now they have tested it like very like big time testing has happened. Like for example here is like big time testing. See, this is what is happening. Again, this is not a movie or anything. This is real now. Is here this suit, this is, and you can listen to the talk, what is happening, what are they saying. They have tested these type of things. Yeah, and people like you and me can, there are companies, we can go to them and we can get some training, and we can start flying also. Of course we can say that, you know, there are some dangers and this and that. That is fine, you know, danger is in everything. Even when you and me drive on the road, there is danger. So this is where this technology is, right? Even advanced, because people have done some like this one, flying Frenchman across English Channel. Yeah, people have done these type of things. Again, 2019, look at this, 2019, two years ago, he is flying, just making a record in the world. Yeah. So how those things, technology, role of, so what I'm trying to discuss is role of technology in productivity, in quality, in management, business, link it with business applications. Yeah, that is your job to do. How this can be used in different businesses. Yeah. So you need to reflect on those things. Yeah, these ones, please watch them in your own time. All of these things which I posted, they are extremely important. It is just that they are already there, so I don't want to play them one by one and talk about that. I think that we will be wasting our time if I do that. Of course, if I watch them and talk with you about them, maybe I can make linkages for you, but I think that if you are interested, you will watch these things in your own time and try to link it with various business applications and so on. A lot of things I have discussed in, for example, in the first week, artificial intelligence, but that was artificial intelligence. This one is different. This is mostly the role of technology in the field. So I think it is very interesting. You should reflect on this, and in your own job also reflect on this is where we are. We looked at, first we were looking at this time studies, job design, work measurement, application. I showed you a couple of clips, but what you really need to do in your own life, whatever you are doing, assess it, make changes. See, if I do this thing first and this thing second, do I save some time? Even if it is few seconds, no problem, because that will give you a little practice on this. And when wherever you will be going, whatever job you will be doing, you will have that mindset that can I reduce time even 1 second, 2 second, 3 second. And sometimes people I seen, like, sometimes I'm chatting with my friends and they would start laughing when I say save 2 minutes or 2 seconds or something. And they are smart people. It's not that I am more intelligent than them or something like that. They are pretty smart people, and they would make fun and they say, well, now Dashwin is going to say, save 2 seconds and 3 seconds. No problem. They just have that type of habit, I think. Because then wherever you will be working, you will have that mindset. You will be saving time for the company. You will be an asset for the company because you are someone who is bringing this thing in the thing. I think someone's Binod, your mic is on. Please go ahead. You want to say something? I miss your voice, man. Binod, come on, man. You just said in one class, you said few things, and after that you did not say anything. You want to say something? You are in the mood to say something, or you are in the
It
quiet?
was by mistake, sir.
Good to hear your voice. Anyways, I hope you will say a couple of things later on,
sure.
whenever
Yes.
you feel like. Good to have you.
Sure.
Good to have you. Yeah, man. Yeah. So think about these things, please. Think about even if you can save a little bit of a time, that would be, get into that habit. And so work measurement, this design, job design, think about these things, technology, role of technology. Go into that link and see what you can manage to look into. Yeah. But I want to move on. But anything, please, you guys, you want to say something? Today is kind of very quiet. What is happening? How are you guys? What's up? Any thoughts? Anything you want to say, like about productivity, quality? Anything? What is coming to your mind? Who is that? Melissa, your picture. Nice picture there, Melissa. Food delivery robots have already started to deliver customer food orders in Northern California. Yes, guys. Any thoughts? Anything? Nothing? We are not in talking terms?
I can say something.
Yeah, please.
Some of us fear that if robot takes our job, then we'll be like jobless or something. But I don't see in that way. because now we have very big problem because we have a huge population and our productivity has to be like perfect and our quality has to be high quality. But if we only depend on human, that's not possible to give. So eventually we have to move to robots and their worker because they will not feel falling sick or they will work like day and night. We need to feed like 7 and 8 billion people now, but it will increase 10, 20 billion like this. So, but in future we have to those creative jobs, for example, singing or artistic things, or those will people will go over there, or they will do like robot management, pro writing, even maybe not writing program because those are now doing AI is doing this program writing thing. So future things will be creative things will do human, and people should not people should accept robot and they should not fear that they will lose it, but maybe they will change their position. Now they are doing working like labor work. Future they will do that creative work. That's the things.
Nice. Beautiful, beautiful, very nice, good observation. Thank you very much. And you know, when you speak, it helps me to say something. Now, as he was speaking, very interesting ideas came to my mind. For example, Nasir is talking about population. So you would see population is growing, and then he spoke about like food, like what we're going to eat, feed. Yeah, so you will see many countries. This is a problem that the number of people are growing, but the production is less in various fields. In, let's say, milk production. Milk production has some problem. Maybe the cows are there, but they are not producing as much milk as they maybe could. So they are using some different type of technologies to help cows to, give good output, give better productivity, take better productivity from livestock and so on. They are using technology for irrigation, for example, good water management in agriculture. Yeah, they are using for better growth of different crops, different in different countries. Yes, so these type of things are happening. So what is this? This is increasing productivity and also the quality of the fruits and vegetables. Yeah, like for example, with quality, less pests, better incorporation of pesticides. Yeah, using technology like drones and those type of things. Basic, simple technology many times. Farmers in many countries, they are not educated. So giving them that type of education, putting these things in their cell phones, making them understand how to use it, and then improving the national productivity. And when national productivity increases, then the country can not only give to their local people, it can also export those crops, those things, whatever you want to talk about. Yeah, and then get foreign exchange from that and use that money in development, in education, in health in their countries. Yeah, so many countries are into that type. There are some countries, of course, which like for example, Australia, New Zealand, those type of countries, I trust they are good in agriculture and a lot of technologies, and their growth patterns are nice. But then there are many other countries, developing countries, which have problem. Yeah, many countries are there. Maybe your country don't face that problem, but it would face some other problem, other challenge which can be minimized, where the quality or productivity can be improved by using some form or some type of technology. So that is the future, I think. So in your field, maybe you need to reflect on these type of things, because in the future, how you will make your name in your field by being more productive, more quality oriented, with using different technologies. So see how this conversation developed from using some simple technology, like Tiffany gave example of using macros in Excel. We sometimes know these things, but we don't use them. Sometimes, yeah, not you guys, but look around. Sometimes we are not using those things. Yeah, and then link it with what our friends were saying yesterday, like Eleonora and other friends, how to, when I asked them what are the things they are doing to be more productive and so on, simple tools they were talking about. Yeah, if you can. So conversation starting from there to all the way to human beings' ability to fly. Again, this is not movie clips. This is real. This is people are doing it. Yeah, you can watch the clips on my website. They are giving training to people. People like you and me can go pay the fee, and they will train you how to fly. Yeah, all of those things. Yeah, this is very interesting. Now it's up to you how you want to view it, and I think Nasir made interesting observations that we don't need to be, sometimes we think maybe we lose our jobs and so on, but as I showed you in the course artificial intelligence, that more jobs are being created. People are losing jobs, but the number of new jobs being created are more. So productivity and quality in that aspect, you really need to spend some time in understanding the future of your industry, and then try to gain the skills which will be required in the future. Now, who is going to do that for you? Am I going to do it for you? Is this course going to do it for you, or other courses? Is your university going to do it for you? No, they are just going to maybe push, and then you are going to spend time in thinking about these things and link it with our earlier conversation, finding your interest, finding what you really want to do. So it's a combination, and then it should be paying also. It should have good salary also. All these things need to combine for a productive lifestyle, which you are enjoying, which you are happy, and you are not one of those people who are not satisfied with their job. Yeah. Nice. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. It's a lot of couple of other things I want to touch, like productivity, quality, different things you need to do, processes, designing jobs, all other things we have been talking about. And you can call them that they will be different type of projects. Yeah, different type of projects you are managing, projects, different projects. Yeah, this is very interesting articles. And on a Google search, what percentage of projects fail in the world? Yeah. What percentage of projects? That's not a Google search. What percentage of projects fail in the world? Okay, in IT, project management, 25 to 85%. Based on my earlier readings, I can recall that around more than 50% of the projects in IT, they fail. Yeah, but the overall projects, you can run a search and find out. So around 60% of the projects fail. That's in IT. Yeah. Why such a big failure in projects? It's quite high. Even if you want to decrease it, call it 50, like around half of the projects. But I know from my readings it is more than that. But let's say, because in different countries it will be different, and let's say half of the IT projects fail in the world. Why do they? Why do they? Why do they fail? Why projects fail? Projects start. What are the problems? They fail. That is something I think you should think about. Look into, projects, different projects happening in your environment, at work, outside work. Many times you might have started some project, it did not give you the results which you are looking for. What do we mean by project fail? Like, if it does not give you the, maybe the objective or what you want to really take from that, maybe you can say that the project failed. And then you can argue that maybe there is nothing like failure, just like I've said before. Nothing like failure, it is just, you just get lesson. But that is for our own personal conversation. In the real world, people are going to say that no, it is, you failed the project. Yeah, the boss is not going to say it's a learning thing. He might not want us to celebrate failures and all of that, the things we talk about. So this is interesting article to look at. Why good projects fail anyway? What are even the good projects? What are the reasons? So this is there. You should read this type of things and try to understand what are the mistakes happen in projects. Why is that? Yeah, accountability they are talking about, other things they are talking about. So it's a relatively old paper, but you can learn a lot by reading these things. They are talking about various things which we spoke about, and you will, as you read, you will have to reflect. For example, here SOPs they are talking about, design they are talking about here. Yeah, so all of these things you can think about that. What are the reason? It's important to understand why projects fail, because you don't want to do those things. Yeah, so the basic things which makes the project fail, you want, when you start a project, you want to ensure that those type of things don't happen. Yeah, Marcus, you are there? Marcus, you are in software development and those type of things. What are the challenges you face at your work? Please guide us, highlight us. Overall picture, like what are the challenges, what are the obstacles, how you guys solve it. Like your overall picture, draw overall picture of challenges, and anything you can say about productivity and quality. Those, please say a couple of things.
So yeah, sure. The problem I see most of the time in project management and managing deadlines is probably communication. As you mentioned before, it is just essential for any project manager or quality manager to look at the human resources and to look, and not only look at the deadlines, like as all of you know, electronic systems are everywhere, like in traffic lights or in airports, or for example, we have this, there was an accident in 1969, to give you an example, of an air rocket, like space rocket, carrying a satellite, Ariane 5. And it was just a little mistake. Someone tried to put a 46, no, doesn't matter, just a big number into a small space and save this number in the software. But both board computers failed because it's this little fail, just this little bug. Thus, the problem was that the engine broke and the whole rocket blew up. And it's just because of miscommunication. Someone saw this problem before, but they told nobody about this problem. That's what happens all the time. And that's the cost of quality. Like, then you see basically it doesn't only damage your image of the company. It damages you as a developer. It damages your budget in general. So think about all these aspects. It's not only the impact you get directly after your actions. It's the long-term actions you get, or the long-term results. Like basically your whole company could go broke just because of this little mistake. And that's what I've seen of like 5 IT companies in the past. So happens all the time.
Beautiful. Other mistakes were very beautiful, and I loved how you used the word cost of quality. How you brought that, because that is what the cost of quality is. If you are not doing the thing for right first time, these are the things which are going to happen. You mentioned miscommunication. Yeah. What are the other things which you think that these things are the challenges in improving productivity, quality? Overall, talk about it, the things we spoke about, your own experiences. What do you think? If you have to talk on this topic, what are the 2-3 things you are going to talk about?
I think also there's a lack of risk management, or not an appropriate sight or view on deadlines. Like they're always too short. And you said before we should look at the Deming cycle, like plan, do, check, act, and actually every project should be like this. Put in every little step a plan, do, check, act cycle. Like in IT security, it's always you do something, you plan it first, then you implement it, then you check it up. Because in IT security, if you mess anything up, just a little thing, you are going to go down the hill.
Beautiful, beautiful, excellent. Let's talk about miscommunication, Marcus. This miscommunication is a big thing in productivity and quality, because you are trying to say something, maybe your colleagues are not understanding, your workers are not understanding. All the miscommunication is a big thing all over in IT and everywhere, this miscommunication. So give us some ideas that, what do you think, like how can we get rid of the problems, how to communicate properly? What are the things we need to keep in mind so we don't face these drawbacks or the dark side of miscommunication? What are some of the best practices from your experiences? What can you share with all of us which can improve ourselves and we don't miscommunicate? Yes, I'm just taking time to talk because I want you to think about it. As I'm talking, I know you are thinking, and so give us some pointers, and let's reflect on that, please.
Sure. I think you should communicate in a clear and concise way, especially when you're talking about products. Like, here's some box of Korean food, but when I just show you this box and I say I want to have this, then you say, yeah, sure, he wants to have a red box. And then that's what you get. You get a red box, but you don't get a box of Korean food. That's what you get. It's all the time like this when you're talking to customers. So that's just 2 different worlds: the view of customers and the view of managers. And you just need to put this into one thing, but it doesn't only work.
Very insightful. So clarity in communication, clarity, how the clarity is going to come. Clarity, first you need to be clear in your mind, a clarity of your purpose, clarity of your objective. If you have, as a manager, you are doubtful how that clarity is going to, from how you talk, your passion, your communication style, how important it is for a leader to have a good communication skill then. Yeah. If he can be very knowledgeable in his technical field, but he does not know how to communicate with passion, with purpose, how to motivate other staff, all of those things, clear and concise. Deadlines, Marcus is talking about. Deadlines. It's all about deadlines. You have to do this and this and this. The time, you are watching time. Risk management, Marcus. Let's talk about risk management. Give us some ideas, like maybe these 2-3 things you need to do. And guys, please pay attention how Marcus is talking about these things, because first he used the terminology cost of quality and he linked it with what he's saying. Yeah, and then he used Deming's cycle. Yeah, so these are concepts in, and I asked you guys to read on Joran, Crosby, Deming, and all of that. Yeah, so these are things you need to pay attention to. Yes, yes, Marcus, risk management. Say something on that.
I think Melissa actually mentioned something very helpful here, like agile. Some things, some concepts are agile actually in IT. That means you want to work as flexible as possible, and therefore there are different concepts of managing teams. Like we got this whole DevOps teams, it's just the terminology, meaning we got interdisciplinary teams. There are developers, there are quality managers or just testers, and users in one team, and they work together on one product. So if anyone or any developer does something, the tester always sees the result first, and then there comes the quality management. This ensures that we got less bugs in general or less errors, meaning we can always report to our risk managers or quality managers the numbers of errors, and this means we got a way shorter time to deliver our product to the customer. And therefore, or just in general, we because the deployment cycle or the cycle of delivering the product to our customer is so short, and we got less bugs, this saves us on the one side just time, on the other where we can work on other products. On the other side, it saves up money we can spend on different other projects. So always keep that in mind, and always think of like key figures, KPIs, if you heard of that.
KPIs.
That's really important. Reports in general.
Very good, excellent. Thanks very much, Marcus, for contributing to the discussion. We learned a lot from the things you have said. We really appreciate it, learning from your experience and observation. He's talking about miscommunication, deadlines, agile, Deming cycle, cost of quality, HR issues, clear and concise. And then he's talking about KPIs, key performance indicators. So where the KPIs are. Look into your reports, like wherever you are working, look into key performance indicators. They are everywhere. You have a job at the end of the year, at the end of the quarter, your boss is looking at your performance at certain performance indicators. What are those performance indicators? I am going to evaluate you on certain performance indicators. From there, you are going to get a score of 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Yeah. So now let's say that Marcus gets a 5. Yeah. Marcus gets a 5, and you want a 5 too. What is the contribution of Marcus? What is the contribution of you? Yeah. So you need to now think about these things. It cannot be. It cannot be. Yeah. You have to think about these things. Yeah. A person who is bringing in his knowledge in the session. If there is some imbalance in that, what would happen? It creates the workers lose their morale. They do lose their morale. They see that justice is not being done. What is the impact on the plant? People lose motivation. Yeah. So these things HR Marcus mentioned. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Key performance indicators. Please run a Google search on key performance indicators and look into industry of your choice. Like let's say you are in hotel industry. Look at different hotels. What are the things they are looking at in their KPI reports? They are easily available. What is the format? How to make those? How they analyze them? What are the supporting mechanism they need to give before they launch KPIs? Because some support needs to be there. You have to look at your infrastructure also when you are talking about productivity, quality. Do you have that support given to the workers or not? You cannot just ask them to perform at a level when you are not giving them the necessary support and all of those things. So those are some of the things you might want to think about. Melissa, I think you want to say something. Please go ahead. Yes.
Yes, sir. I think for the previous one, your project fail is not a right approach, I want to say, because your project just failed on the road of success is a right approach, I believe. And I think the ones who decide the journey, like making a project, should be appreciated anyway. And also, I want to add something about the key performance indicator, because in this internship in Nike, I was in the position of the retail analytics, and my how to say, my tasks are related to the key performance indicators. For example, I analyze the conversion rate. It means that the number of the receipt over the customer's number of the customers, and it gives us the some analytical data, and with these analytical data we can understand what is it going fine or not fine, and how we change the things, or should we change or not. These ones also generate the analysis, and KPI really helps us about it. These are the
Interesting.
things
Interesting, like this observation which Melissa is making, that you want to change something or don't want to change something in project management, in KPIs, these type of things. These are very important, because sometimes you touch something and then it has impact on so many other things. So you have to be very mindful about that. Melissa, where did you take this picture, man? This look nice. What is in the background? There is a lot of water.
Italy, sir. Italy.
You when did you go there?
I think last year with my twin. We did like something interreal, but just in the Italy. We traveled lots of places in Italy, like Milano, Vienna, Rome, like that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice, very nice.
Thank
nice
you.
picture there. Thanks for the pointers, Melissa. Good ones.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
So think about these things which our friends have mentioned, and I'm sure things are coming in your mind also. So maybe you can share them with the chat feature, or come on mic, whatever. Cost of quality example. Yes, very good, very good. And look at this, $8 billion. Yeah, the small error, and how it's very important to understand why projects fail, what are the reasons. And you will always find that once you look at a couple of projects, you will see that things are repeating. These things which Marcus mentioned and we mentioned in yesterday and day before, not directly but indirectly, same type of mistakes happening again and again, and why that happens. So you want to really get hold of those mistakes which are repeated again and again. So me and you, when we are managing a project, we don't have those mistakes, and we can show some quality work and productive work, and so on. For example, this is a technique I want to share with you. The technique is called project pre-mortem. Yeah, so you must have heard this term, post-mortem, a body's post-mortem. So what is that? Mortem, death. Yeah, post-mortem, after death. So when someone dies, they do the post-mortem and try to understand why that person died. What were the reason? They were poisoned, they got a natural death, heart attack, whatever. Post-mortem, must have heard that term. So now this one is pre-mortem, before death, before the project has died, before the project failed. You start a project and you think, what can go wrong? What are the things which can go wrong based on my circumstances, my environment, my resources, my knowledge, my situation? What can go wrong? Yeah? What can go wrong? That is pre-mortem. Nothing has gone wrong yet, but you are just thinking what can go wrong, and then you are coming back to, you are doing things to eliminate the things which can go wrong. Yeah, but that is pre-mortem. So project, you do pre-mortem. You start a project, you think what can go wrong, what can, miscommunication can happen, yeah, lack of trust, demotivation, yeah, resources can end, money can not meeting deadlines. What, think about the problems. I can get, not I, the person can get COVID or anything like that, you know. Internal and external, pre-mortem analysis, and then start taking care of those issues. So if those things happen, then you have done some type of risk management for them. For example, you start a course and you want a 3 out of 5. You want to pass the course. So now you want to think that, okay, what can happen that I don't get a 3? This can happen, 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 this can. So I don't do those things. So I get a pass, I get a 3, yeah, or I get a 4, or I get a 5, whatever your ambition is, yeah. So you are, before you start something and you do the pre-mortem, what can go wrong, and that is a very powerful technique. Use it in all things you do. Whenever you are doing something, what can go wrong? There is red light, you need to stop on the road or in the plant. You saw in, I showed you a clip also where with the light the people stopped, if you are paying attention, and when the light went green they went ahead, yeah. So if there is a red light, you are coming with speed, you want to pass, you just think in your mind what can go wrong. Are you willing to, what is your mechanism of risk management? Yeah, what can go wrong? Always think what can. So this is not in the sense that you are being pessimist, that you are always thinking this will go wrong, that will go wrong, this will go wrong, that will go wrong. No, it's not that at all. Yeah, your attitude, your mindset is positive, but you are just thinking, if this thing happen, I will do it like this. If this is the thing happen, I will do. So you do something, you are just like in the job interview, you forecast what are some of the question can be asked. They can ask this, they can ask this, they can ask this. You do your research, you look at all of these things, you ask other people who have taken the similar interviews, what did they ask you. You ask them these type of questions, you prepare your answers, you share your answers with other experts, you ask them how you should respond to those answers, and you do all of this. How you are doing? You are forecasting, you are pre-mortem analysis. This is a very powerful technique. Please employ it in your life. It's just 2 pages. It's not long. It's just this. Yeah, it's not long and written very nicely. Yeah, clear and concise communication, as Marcus was saying. Yeah, clear and concise. Please read this. Yeah. And then I mentioned forecasting. Forecasting is very important for productivity, quality. Yesterday's discussion, our friends were talking about planning. In your reflections, you are talking about planning. Yeah, how are you going to plan? This planning is dependent on your forecasting. What you foresee, what do you think is going to happen in the future? Looking at that, you plan. So if your forecasting is flawed, if your forecasting is not correct, you forecasted something which is not going to happen or does not happen, over a period of time your forecasting is wrong, then what, your productivity cannot be high, your quality cannot be high. You are forecasting something which is not happening. So your resources are being wasted in the production, in the real world, in the plants, manufacturing, all of those things. Yeah, you are forecasting that people will need 6 of your items. When the time comes, people just need 1. What are you going to do with rest of the 5? You have risk management. You need to think about those things. On the other hand, you forecast that people will need 2, but when the time comes, people need 10. You miss the opportunity. They are going to go to your competition. How you are going to manage that? Yeah. Forecasting. Yeah. So 6 rules for effective forecasting. Please spend time in reading this article. You might want to read it a couple of times to really get a hang of this. A little terminology is being used in this article. Don't worry. It's just for your exposure. You are not evaluated on these things. Yeah, you are just evaluated on your class participation, the type of the quality of your commenting, not just quantity, quality and quantity, both. Your reflection, how you reflect on things, how you make linkages, interdisciplinary linkages, the quality of your selection of your idea which you're going to talk on video. Those are the things you are evaluated on. Yeah. And you have taken courses with me, so most of you, so I'm not doing it very hard anyways. Yeah, but these things you need to read and reflect in your own time, please. Yeah, a very important thing. 6 rules for effective forecasting, guys. We are always forecasting in our life, always. This will happen, that will happen. This is, we are doing it unconsciously. Do it consciously. Follow these rules. Very interesting. I won't be able to go through them, but you know, read this article. I'll show you my favorite. All of them are excellent. I love this article. Like for example, Melissa mentioned, you know, when to, not directly but indirectly, she was saying that when to make a decision, when not to make decision, this is that, no, when not to make a forecast. But my favorite is this one. I really love it. Yeah. Hold strong opinions weakly. What a beautiful line that. Just 4 words, but full of beauty. Hold. So you are holding. Yeah. You are holding your strong opinions. But how are you holding them? Weakly. So hold weakly your strong opinions. Beautiful. I love it. If you can have that characteristic, I think a lot of learning can happen. Hold. But that is not what we do. We have our opinions, and if they are strong opinions, we go with them. We don't even listen to other people. We have some opinion, it's strong opinion. This is how we feel. We say this is how we feel. This is what it is. And this one is saying hold strong opinions weakly. That is where the learning is going to come. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is the clip. I was trying to discuss this clip in last week, International Business Management, but I did not get a chance. So here it is, but you need to watch it in your own time. Here I'm posting it. Yeah. So what are the mistakes? What are the mistakes leaders make? Just like we spoke about, what are the mistakes? What are the things which can go wrong in projects, in project management? What can go wrong? So you try to find what can go wrong and ensure that you don't make those mistakes when you are part of any project. It does not matter that you are leading the project. You can be someone as an assistant. You can very nicely, if the situation allows you, don't just start speaking. Look at what is happening. look at what is happening, and then if the situation allows, very nicely, in a very nice, polite way, in a polite voice, very politely tell them that maybe you can do it like this, and then just back off. Say your thing and then back off. Then other people are experienced. They will see if the idea fits, they will take it. If they don't take it, nothing to worry about. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel bad that they did not take your idea. It's okay. Your job is not to make the idea implemented. Your job is to give the idea. You did your job. You are an assistant. You are not the boss yet. Yeah. Give the nice way, give idea, back off. There you go. That's it. See what happens. Learn from it. Move on. Yeah. Same way, look at what mistakes leaders make. This is an exciting clip. Generally, I show this clip and spend like half an hour or something just talking about it in the regular semester. Yeah, it's very nicely done. These are top professors from across like Harvard Business School. They are going to talk about all of these tips, very experienced in a again in clear and concise. I liked what Marcus said about communication. Yeah, clear and concise way they are explaining these things. I've posted the link. Please watch it. See. So these are the mistakes they are saying again and again. You know. Yeah. I think I don't really remember, but I think that term which I use, that once you lose trust, you lose everything. Remember that term? I think I heard in this one, but I don't remember. It has been a while I heard this. So this is one of the things maybe they say, once you lose trust, you lose everything. What a beautiful line that is. Yeah. And other lines are there also, very catchy and very useful. So try to understand this. What are the mistakes leaders make? What are the mistakes you make in your life? How you can improve on them and improve your productivity and quality of decision making and so on. All right. Any thoughts, any things you want to maybe talk about? What is coming in your head? How should we close? Anything you want to talk about? Okay. Okay. Quality by design, we spoke about that. Job design, different type of designs, layouts, how they impact productivity, quality. When you go outside in different type of malls, plazas, look at the construction, just observe. Could they make any change design to make the layout more productive, more quality for you? Where do they place their restrooms? Where do they place their praying rooms? Which shops are there? Look at the construction, take time to observe. Many times we don't observe, we go in the mall and just, don't do that. They have spent a lot of money in constructing. There were some architects, best minds, engineers, experienced people in the field. They were making a quality layout, quality design for that place, which gives a good flow of people. People can go easily. And if you will observe and reflect, you will always find, something which you will say, oh, maybe they could do it like this. Maybe they could do it like this. Walk in your home. Walk in your home. If it is a big home, walk in your home. What could be changed to make the design better? Is there anywhere should be the steps, or where should be the door, or where should be what? Always look for these things. When you are sitting in your car or someone's car, look at the dashboard, look at which button is where. Which button is where? Why it is there? It's not by chance or accident. Someone placed those things exactly. That is where they wanted. And they made prototypes, and then they tested, and then they finalized the product. Why something is there? What is the reason? Design. Good design makes things productive, improves quality. Think about those things. Yeah. Design, link it with previous discussions of reliability and so on. Yeah. Spend some time on, this time studies. I think that is very important for your personal. Try to save time in your life, how you are doing things over a period of time. Yeah, and then technology, you spend some time, various things you can think about those things. Yes. Forecasting errors. Reflect in your own life. What times your forecast about something was correct and what times your forecast was incorrect. When did you make mistake in your forecasting? You thought this will happen and that did not happen. Why that happened? What happens where you make forecasting errors? When your judgment, that is linked with decision making, your judgment is wrong. All of us, and please, I'm not lecturing you, I also make wrong judgments many times, and that is fine, but I reflect on them. When I make some mistake, my judgment goes wrong, that night before I sleep, I sit down and reflect on it, that why did I make wrong judgment? Yeah, what next time, how I need to maybe think. So that is linked with productivity. That has helped me a lot. That is why I'm sharing that, when you make a wrong judgment, forecast is wrong, no problem, and nothing to really worry about. Just sit down, see what you did wrong, instead of blaming other people that the boss did this. And if you could do it again, how would you do that? I was reading this very interesting quote. They were saying hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is 2020. Like when you will look back in your life, you will now see, oh, I should have done it like that. At that time, I should have done it like that. At that time, I should have done it like that. All of us, I think, can hindsight when we look. But at that time, we were not thinking like that. We did something else. But now hindsight is 2020 because we look back. So look back and see what are the flaws in your forecasting. When you are emotional, that time you are making forecasting. When you are overconfident, or you know the thing, I know productivity, you guys don't know productivity, so I know everything, I'm not going to listen to them. No, it's not work like that. I don't know everything. Yesterday, I told you, I read Eleonora's mail, I read Fatma's mail, I replied them. I was drinking water. I said to myself, what did I read? My God, that seems too much. I went back. I reread it. I said, they are doing so many things there. Other people are also doing many things, but the way they constructed it, it hit me. So then I asked them that so I don't, and I told them that, I replied to, Eleonora, for example, that I'm just talking. You did it in practice. What is that? Where that is coming from? That humbleness is very important. I want to wind up on that. I really want to wind up on that. Because I observed that in some of you. I don't want to take names. I did not tell you, but you guys are sitting in the room. And I'm not saying it in a negative way. Be humble. Don't think that you know everything. It's that good relationship with people is going to take you where you want to go. Please. Good relationship with people. Never burn the bridge. Even if you want to cut off with someone, you cut off, but never cut off you never know who you will have to go back to. This life is a wicked thing. So let's say I don't want to talk with Marcus. Marcus hate me, let's say that. But he don't have to tell me. And I don't want to tell him. And we just, in a smiling way, we can just say, all right, nice meeting you. And that's all. We don't know where we're going to meet. We don't know. Next time I'm taking some interview and Marcus is the head of the company. There you go. There you go. Yeah. So these humbleness, I think that productivity, quality, you need people. You need people support. You can't do it alone. You need people support. You really need people support. If they have some bad thing in their heart, when you will need help, they will just make excuse. Oh, I can't, do this and I can't do that. Yeah. They're not going to support, and you won't know because they are smiling. So you ask me something, I smile, I say, sorry, that's not possible. Yeah. Sorry, I'm smiling. Yeah, no, that's not possible. Yeah. So people don't burn the bridges. Relationships, very important. And same time, you to expand your knowledge, learn as much as possible with the possible humbleness and those type of things. So with that, I'm going to close. You have a lot of things to read and reflect on, I think, based on past three days. And reflect on them, think about them, and 2 more days to go, and we will see what happens. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy your evening, your night, whatever it is. Take care. Blessings. Respect. Take care, everyone.